We're here at Deerfield at the Nearfest, and it's spring. Is it spring? Yes, it's spring 2012. I actually came here yesterday. It had rained in the morning, but I didn't come. But by the time the afternoon come up, it had cleared up a little bit. It was at least overcast, and there were a lot of sellers and buyers here. This morning didn't dawn bright and beautiful, but it is cloudy. But a lot of people are coming up now. The weather's not too bad. Temperature's about 51 degrees. You're going to see some fairly interesting things. There's a huge tower out over in the field. We're going to talk to a guy about that. We're going to take a look at some various types of equipment, including a real old radio that seems to be bringing in audio from that era, from the 1940s. I don't know how that guy figured that out. It's a real old radio and it's bringing in real old video.
It's going to be a million hits.
Okay, can you tell me who you are?
Yeah, good afternoon. This is Mark, K1RX, and I'm one of the directors for the WRTC 2014 organization. And here at Nearfest, we're demonstrating the falling derrick tower system. Basically, we're erecting a 40-foot tower with an antenna attached that will be similar to what we use in the event in 2014, which is like the Olympics of ham radio contesting.
And where will that take place?
It's based in New England, and we've got several sites picked out around New England. One of the objectives is to have equal locations, which is quite a challenge in New England.
Right.
But we think we've got it pretty well nailed down.
How long did it take you to erect this tower today?
Overall, it took about 2 hours from start to finish.
What kind of, let's assume that if a storm came through here with 40-mile-an-hour winds, could it handle it?
Yes, the tower is sufficiently guide, should be just fine for anything up to probably 50 or 60 miles an hour.
So you almost can consider it a semi-permanent installation?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
The clever thing about it is, number one, the organization did not want to subject all the volunteers to any kind of dangerous situation with the tower. So this is designed so that no one has to climb the tower. It's set up with this falling derrick system where the tower can be tilted up from the base and can be safely erected with 4 or 5 people maximum. Yes, the tower utilizes a folding base. As you can see here, the pipe which sticks out to the right is the derrick system, which basically supports the tower as it's being taken down and being brought up. There's a hinge on the left side which facilitates the tilting mechanism. What we've also done is, because of the variability of the soil in New England, we're never sure that we can get these anchors to secure this plate into the ground at the same depth. So what we did was we came up with a scheme where we can bolt, however far we can drive this in, we can then bolt it and secure it so it doesn't move. So the tower itself is a standard Roan 25 tower, commonly available, and that was one of the other reasons why we picked this. We wanted to choose materials that were easily obtained or commonly available in the U.S. And our long-term goal is, after the event is over, we plan to sell at a discount the tilt base, all of the towers and the antennas, the rotator, and all of the other associated equipment with the antenna, and including the generator.
But if the typical ham wanted to buy something like this, as a very rough estimate, what would it cost?
Might be on the order of maybe $1,500.
That includes
that would be the tower, the base, the antenna, all of that.
Okay.
So what we're able to do, or what our plan is we're able to successfully purchase the material at a discount from the manufacturer, and then in turn we're going to pass that to an individual or a club at a discount, so that the non-profit organization will only end up paying the difference, which hopefully will be small, since it's completely funded by donations.
What kind of meter do you use to measure power?
What?
Didn't you hear me? I said, what kind of meter didn't you use to measure power?
What?
No, I need to know. How am I going to measure power? the name of the meter. What would the meter be called? What meter would I use to measure power?
What?
Okay, let's try something different. What kind of meter would I use to measure resistance?
Ohm.
No, I don't want to go home. What kind of meter do I use to measure resistance?
Ohm.
I don't have one. I'm not going to go home and get one. I need a meter to measure resistance.
Ohm.
All right, let's go back to the power. So if I want to measure power, I use what kind of meter?
Watt.
And if I want to, if I want to measure a meter to measure resistance?
Ohm.
Ohm. Okay, you're no use to me. Thank you. Have you had to remove anybody from Nearfest?
You know, we always have a great time. 99.9% of the people that come here have a great time. We see them every year. They're warm and wonderful human beings. They're great backers of the hobby. And of course, there's always going to be one or two. And of course, we'll always have that little tiny problem, you know. And apparently this time around, we had a vendor who didn't feel that he should have to pay the standard vendor's fee. And so we asked him while he was standing there, you know, the money is coming in over the counter, and I said, look, you know, it's almost enough right there. He said no, that he wasn't going to pay that fee. So he paid the price. Actually ended up paying the price, and the price is pack your stuff up and.
What was his rationale for not wanting to pay the fee?
Well, he comes every hamfest, and he never had to pay it before. So I said, well, how many times did you come? Because that's how many times we missed. That's how much you actually owe. But we'll forego that.
So he wasn't thankful at getting free rides 5 or 6 or 7 times. He was unhappy that he had to pay once.
Once. It's unfortunate, but
yeah.
But as I say, not a big deal in the scheme of things.
Right.
A non-issue because we.
Overall, how I think overall.
Fabulous. Okay. Wonderful. Wonderful.
So your services are not are not.
I really had nothing to do other than just ride around and try to maintain my status as a warm and wonderful human being.
Right. Without having to show the other side that occasionally has to come up.
I do have a softer side.